slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this,
Stations, and you're here with your boy Larry Taylor, the real life lawyer, and my homegirl and little sister Keinya.
That's T.
And so, Keinya, what in the war is going on?
Ask your president.
He's not taking any calls.
I heard.
I don't.
I heard he's not even meeting with Congress.
Oh Jesus! We started a war.
We. You speak French.
Yeah, we U.S. us. See, we're in U.S. us. So when he shot those bombs, it's us. So
Iran, I ain't had nothing to do with that. Nah, just play.
Regardless of how you want to see it, it's us.
Unfortunately.
So when those 3 locations were bombed, talk to me. How did you feel? And what is the Gen Zers?
I kind of felt like, are you for real? Because we have Bernie Sanders finding out in real time while he's giving a speech, and it's just like, our Congress didn't know. Then Congress members come out and say, yeah, we didn't know. He didn't meet with us. We were bamboozled. Y'all were bamboozled. Nobody knew what was going on. Then to have Iran saying that all of our efforts were for nothing because they had already cleared it out. Like, are you for real? What you doing? What are you doing? You just wasted. You just having fun in there, just pressing buttons. Don't even know what you're doing.
I'm finna get killed in the comments because this is what I hope. So they might take this playbook and use it. I'm hoping they knew that these facilities were not in play, so that when they bombed them, no one really got mad, and that they could have the peace talks, but at the same time show a sign of strength. You know how sometimes on social media, the daddy walk into the room and close the door, and then the kid be hollering, and the daddy just be punching on the pillow like he's spanking the kid. Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe it was that type of showmanship to kind of say we will do something, but we really didn't do anything. But then again, he kind of did say that he destroyed nuclear sites. So I'm hoping against hope. But tell me, because you know what was interesting, what hit me is I was actually filming another podcast when you hit me. And I was like, oh, Jesus. But I was also more concerned about how you were feeling. And, you know, this world that you live in. So talk to me about that. You know, did you talk to your friends and how you were feeling in that moment?
So honestly, I talked to my sister because the moment it happened, she walked in the room. I had no idea. Because you remember the first message I sent you was like, hey, we should cover it. You know, tensions are rising. We should just talk about it. And then like 5 minutes later, I texted you back and was like, he just bombed Iran.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And so right when I texted you that, my sister walked in and we was just like, what's going to happen? You know, we were kind of just like, what's about to happen? Even still right now, we're like, what's going to happen? Anything can happen right now. And it's just like, psychologically and physically, I don't think that the average American is ready for World War III. I genuinely don't. And I don't think we as a country is prepared. We're too divided on the inside. Fitness is, they laugh at us. We're a joke in other places of the world. We're the most obese. You know, we don't really take care of ourselves. And so it's just like everybody's behind these computer screens typing and they like, oh, I ran this, I ran that. You know, kind of like egging it on and joking about it. And it's like, but if we get serious here, you might not make it, baby. You're not prepared.
And so, you know, I think what you're alluding to is drafting, right? And people getting drafted.
Drafting, as well as World War III coming to our front door. They already said they have sleeper cells here ready to act. So anything can happen.
And you know, when you said that, and I was listening to you, first thing I thought about is, Lord, I hope my little sister is not outside looking in the sky like, are they about to bomb us? When is it coming? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of us who lived through 9/11, I mean, that was the first thing that happened. When those planes hit that building, most of us spent days looking into the sky, preparing ourselves for something to fall out of the sky. And so it was, like you said, mentally, it was a hard hit on us. The sleeper cell issue. One of the things that concerns me is that when you take a look at everything that has been happening across the country, but especially like in New York, dealing with Columbia and some other universities, you have schools that have had ICE raids come in and gather students. Universities are being targeted by the administration because of the protests. And so you're creating this hotbed of anger. And usually when you read about domestic terrorism, it's always going back to that individual being feeling like they have been disenfranchised, that they're not listened to, that they're being attacked, and you get that cornered animal mentality. And we have created a huge vat of individuals that could feel this way and could be easily targeted to become part of those sleeper cells or domestic terrorism. Because you got to remember, the bombing in Oklahoma was done by someone who was born here, someone who felt that this country had forgotten them, and they were angry, and they bombed a building that had a nursery in it. They killed kids, right? And all of that came from a feeling of frustration. And so that's my biggest concern. And I'm really hoping that this administration finds a way to ease that type of pressure.
Yeah, I really do too. I don't think they're thinking about the people at all. I don't think that this administration is thinking about the people or how the people may feel. I think it's just more so control. It just seems like it's a lot of control. I really don't know what it is.
And so I was joking earlier when I said us.
Mm-hmm.
It is us, and us includes everyone in this country. And not just a segment, not just a splinter portion of it, not just this group or that group. It's us. It was us during 9/11. You had firemen who come from all nationalities, who died, who went in to save lives. Law enforcement that helped protect and went in. Same thing. They're made up of Black, brown, Asian, Pacific Islanders, Hispanics, all went in, served, and died. And so when I say us, I really mean us. And so I don't know where we go from here, but we have to get back to a stance of us, the United States.
Because right now we are heavily divided.
Yeah, and so I really hope that we find a way to get back there, and I hope that we find a way to also include more of the world. Because one of the things that I've been talking about lately, and this might be a Larryism, no one does it by themselves. No one. No one has built or done anything by themselves. There is always someone or a group of people there to help. I was having a discussion today that even Jesus had the disciples. Moses created deacons. The president has cabinets. Everyone has someone to help them, and so do not get it confused with even I kind of teased myself the other day. The whole T-shirt about me versus me or me versus I. Well, it's me versus I, but I'm about to go see my personal trainer to help me beat I, right? I need help even when it comes to bettering myself. So that's your Larryism, right? Nobody does it alone. So remember that. What else we got on the, now that we talked about what the war, but you know what, on the last point on that, Russia and China getting involved in this whole thing, we'll watch and we'll talk about as well, because I have concerns when you get other superpowers weighing in on situations like this. I know that the relationship between Russia and Iran now is in question and in flux and could be somewhat problematic. And once again, you talk about a cornered animal. If I have nothing to lose, then it becomes a more of an issue of how much can I, or who can I take with me type of situation. And you don't ever want a country who has the capabilities of any of these countries to feel like that, because it becomes problematic for all of us. It becomes problematic for us.
It really does. You know, talking about tensions, it's very serious, but you can make it funny. So that,
you know, we got to keep it light.
Keep it light.
Got to keep it light, because Lord, I stopped drinking, and so that's oof. I don't have anything to go to but comedy.
so
I live in Texas, so you pretty much limited to alcohol.
I didn't know that in other places like New Orleans, liquor is 24/7, all day, every day, even on a Sunday. I didn't know that. I just went to Bourbon Street not too long ago. I had a blast.
I don't even want to know, and y'all stop searching the internet right now. For all of y'all right now who see this, don't be like, don't be looking Bourbon Street.
I'm not even on the internet. It's okay.
Yeah. They're not worried about you being on the internet. They're worried about somebody who filmed you who's on the internet on Bourbon Street. Because it ain't.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. You need to think about that, because it ain't. Look, most of the most revealing videos isn't because someone actually did it themselves. It's because someone else filmed them doing it and then they posted it. All right, so y'all don't be searching.
But you want to know something?
What's up?
Okay. When you're going out, like, just to have fun and everything, and guys approach you, are those the right type of dudes to, entertain?
It depends. And so this goes to my other point, or my other lesson. Listen. You got to listen, ladies, because a man will tell you everything you need to know about him, and vice versa, men. They will tell you, right? And so if a man's first comment to you is, what you doing after this? Oh, my name is Keinya. Let's start with that. Versus asking me if I'm going home with you, because that's what he just telegraphed. Like, hey, girl, you want to come back with me? No.
Right.
No. Okay. Can you sit down and can we talk? Right? I mean, not necessarily have to buy me a drink or anything like that, but can we at least, like, hey, where do you go to school? Where you from? What do you do for fun? Do you own a dog, a parakeet?
What's a parakeet? A bird? A bird that could fly?
One of these.
No.
One of these days, she's gonna make a comment like that, and you guys are gonna see a live stroke. I'm just gonna go. Just like that.
Some birds can't fly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we're gonna go ahead. It's very few of them. So we're gonna go ahead and change the subject on that one because I don't need y'all harassing my little sister, and so we're gonna blame that on the. But yeah, we're gonna blame that on Bourbon Street. It's still bourboning. Bourbon Street is bourboning right now, so. We're not going to even blame the education system, which we're going to talk about in one of these episodes.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about one of these episodes. But you got to listen, right? Men and women, you got to listen to those individuals because they can be cute, they can be sexy, they can be all those things. But if you're not really listening, because so many of us, people talk to us, but we are anticipating what they're saying or we're hoping that they're going to say this or that. And we didn't really hear what they said. So I'll give you a perfect example. I mean, a guy can come up here and be like, hey, girl, you really look nice. I was watching you from across the room. Ooh, and I was just, thinking about killing you, right? I just wanted to choke the hell out you and just stuff you in a trunk. And all she heard, and he said, what you doing you want to go eat dinner? And all she heard was dinner. She missed all of the other, to him telling her that he wanted to kill her and choke the hell out of her. She just wanted to find out where he wanted to take her. And that's all she heard. But so many people hear that. And so for guys, right, when a woman walks up to you or you walk up to her and say, hey, how you doing? And, what's your name? And she's like, hey, you buy me a drink? Ma'am, how you just didn't know I wanted to get by you because the club is crowded, right? So that's a sign of something that's behind door number one. That's door number one. Listen. Listen to what people say.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think my first ask of my wife was, hey, man, you want to dance? Right? We dance, we talk. Where'd you go to college? What are you doing now? This, that. Until we got to a point where it's like, okay, would you like to do dinner or Starbucks sometime soon? Yeah, that sounds fine. Right? We built up to that. But we paid attention to those cues.
Okay.
And you got to pay attention to those cues. So if a guy walks up to you, I mean, you ain't got to run because how else are you going to meet a guy? Because he could catfish you on the internet and show you a picture when he was in high school and he ran track and now he's been working at Jiffy Lube for, let me stop. No, because I love Jiffy Lube because y'all changed my oil and y'all do a great job. So Mike and the rest of the guys just said that because that's the first thing that came to my mind. But anyway, you guy could be working and he ain't ran to the bathroom. So he 100 pounds heavier. He catfish you go see him, and he not the guy who you thought he was. So you never know, but you got to listen.
Okay.
You got to listen to what people say.
Because I think that's my problem. I just avoid men.
Everyone has choices.
No.
Yeah.
But it's like, because I do think it's so crazy because it's like, I'll be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. And then a man will come and talk to me and I'll be like, oh my gosh, there's a man talking to me. And I'll just like, oh no, red flag. Because as a man, why are you talking to me? But then again, it's just like, how am I going to meet somebody? How am I going to meet somebody if I don't talk to the somebody?
Come closer to the mic because people need to hear this craziness. I don't want you dropping back and I don't want you dropping back and they miss any part of this. But you know what? Watch this. It's not crazy because I read an article. I probably do too much reading in the morning, but because I'm your big brother, I read up on my Gen Zers, and now you guys have had less sex in relationships than any other generation ever. And a large part of it is because of those fears that you just mentioned. And while I
I like the idea of waiting till you get married and celibacy and all of those things, but I do have serious concerns with the fact that there is a fear of being in a relationship and not really having an understanding of how to engage into a relationship. Because as a young man, if I walk up to 5 women and they treat me like I shouldn't be talking to them, I'm gonna stop talking to
Yeah.
women. And so you're basically training the opposite sex of how to treat you, but that is not really how you want to be treated. And so it becomes this chicken and egg situation.
Yeah, like a lot of us, I think we're just over it. You know, we're scared. The HIV rate is crazy. The STD rate is insane. Then we don't even have money to take care of ourselves. We having sex, we could possibly have a baby. Who's gonna take care of it? Who's gonna raise it? And it's just like, I don't know, man. A lot of the guys in my generation, they're scared of commitment. They want to have multiple girlfriends. They don't like to really tell the truth for real. I'm not saying it's all of them, but I'm saying it's a lot. And I don't know if I'm just describing a man or if I'm just describing a man in my generation. And I just think that that is like a complete turnoff, and it's very off-putting to us.
No, I get that. And it goes back to training, right?
So
And
we have to train them. Like,
I mean, I think people have to teach the other person how they want to be treated or how they want to be engaged. People can, I mean, I've seen, and someone will probably comment on here, you should already know. And comedians have made jokes about that all the time. How am I supposed to know and I don't know you? I just met you. There's no book on you. There's no, she likes her coffee at 102 degrees, black with 2 sugars and 1 cream. I don't know that about you. And you want me to read your mind and you're punishing me for not knowing? No. Like my wife and I over the years have really homed in. Relationships are about homing in, learning what that other person likes. And once you get that, and I think we talked about it, if I tell you that something bothers me or hurts me and you continue to do it, you're not listening or you just don't care. But either one or both of them kind of lends to you don't care. And so, but some people have learning disabilities when it comes to listening. I think most of America does. And so I get everything that you said is true. And it's scary into that regard. But my last point on that, you want a man to treat you a certain way, but your comrades, ladies, if you're grabbing the bottom of both of your butt cheeks and flopping them up and down and making weird noises, what part of that says, oh, I can have an intelligent conversation with this person and sit down? Not saying you can't do it in the right format, but I mean, it's a thing, right? It's kind of like when you do this, right? You see a lot of people do that. That's the thing to do. But doing that with your cheeks and da-da-da and doing that, I'm like, huh?
so it's like, in what, like, because it's different aspects to people. So it's like, are we out and I'm doing this, or like, are we at dinner and I'm doing this? Like, because it's different sides to people. So
it's but when you see, I did it for craps and giggles, right?
Mm-hmm.
I opened up a new social media account.
Okay.
And I promise you, I got everything under the sun, but 15% of it was young women who were doing things like grabbing the bottom of their butt cheeks, as even if they worked out, right? Even if you have a person who's working out and you're like, oh man, that looks like a good routine. At the end of a great routine, it's grabbing your butt cheeks and lifting both of them. I'm like, huh? I don't know if I want to do that. that workout, because if that workout make you do that, I don't want to do that. I don't want to grab both my butt cheeks like that. That don't seem right. Right? And so, I mean, it's just how you treat it. Like a dude. If I'm a guy and I have a decent body, because ladies, I'm just not going to be on you, and I constantly walk around and demonstrate myself without a shirt on, you're like, man, is he a lifeguard? Does he? Because he never has on a shirt.
A lifeguard is crazy.
Right? Is he? I mean, what is he? What do you do, sir? I mean, I love your pecs and your abs, but what do you do for a living? And did you finish school? I mean, I'm not asking if you went to college, but did you finish
High school.
high school? I'm like, I mean, what? What are you doing? Or walking around with a hoodie on or a mask? Tell me how.
That terrifies me.
Tell me how and who's attracted to that.
I'd be so scared.
Right? And so I'm just saying that, man, to say that if you're talking about dating, right, how you present yourself and how you come off, and also how your peers come off, also reflects a lot of that.
Okay.
You know, even using this new term when talking about young black men.
Oh yeah, the YN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and they have made that now a scary, threatening term.
Exactly.
But people, it's talking about young black men. And you're saying this term is basically attached to young black men and it's in a negative connotation, then how does that affect, young brothers in suits who are trying to get jobs and trying to go on interviews and trying to go to college and because we're teaching society that, that ain't really them.
Exactly.
This them. You know what I'm saying? They got guns in their back pockets and all this other stuff. And so I'm not hitting on any culture or anything like that, right? I mean, I have my moments. You might catch me with a hoodie on and some jeans and some boots, right? But at the same time, that's not all that I am. And we have to be careful about our colleagues presenting to people that's all we are.
Okay. You're right.
So I want to touch on one more thing before we leave off the Gen Zers. Let's talk about what you were talking about, the young billionaires and all of that. What are you guys doing with, quote unquote, this money when you receive it? Because last time we talked, I figured those of you guys who missed it, go back and take a look at episode, and we'll drop the number right here. But we talked about jobs and the aspirations of the Gen Zers and how they've made so much money and they look at social media as an opportunity, as an income. And you talked about how they transitioned and they would grow as their audience grew. But what are they doing with their money? Because I'll tell you, the P. Diddy trial brought an interesting light to that. Jane, who also had like an OnlyFans, or she did modeling on social media, I think was making $10,000 for doing that. But yet and still, she was in major debt.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, I do think that we are still young. So we are very young still. A lot of Gen Z, they're just now of age to where they're having big girl, big boy careers, where they're just now touching money, or, they're just now getting the content creation. Either way, this is their first bag for real. And so I think that when you first touch a bag, you're definitely going to blow it. You're going to blow it. Most people are going to blow it. Not everybody, but most people are going to blow it.
That's true.
And so I think that this is what we're seeing. This is the first case of, young Gen Zers getting to the money. They're going to blow it. You want to go buy hair, you want to go buy shoes, you want to go buy clothes, you want to go. you want to do lashes, you want to get you want to keep yourself up, and for the guys, you just got money. I don't really know what do guys spend money on, like women.
It is called clothes and women. Clothes and
That's tea.
clothes,
That's tea.
clothes and women.
So it's like, we're still young. So I do think that you're going to see a case where a lot of us blow the money, hit rock bottom. I've been there. Like, I've been there. Seriously, I've had checks $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and I blew the money. I blew it. I'm not gonna lie. I blew it. I had thousands just sitting in the bank account, and I blew it on hair, on nails, on lashes, on clothes, on purses. Oh, I love me a good purse. On boots, shoes, coats, jackets. I blew it. And I lost over half the stuff. I don't even know where half the stuff is at.
Can we coin a phrase? All right, right here on Tailor Made Conversations, we're coining a phrase. We're calling it first bag problems. These are first bag problems.
Literally.
First bag problems. What's crazy though is, no, I'm not gonna say that because the internet would roast me alive. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it moving. What's next? What do we got next? What are we talking about?
What's up with your boy, Madea?
So we're talking about hot topics in the news. Tyler.
Mutt to the DEA.
Tyler, brother. If you want to, you can buy this podcast. No, I'm just joking. just joking. Man, look here. This is the problem that I have with this lawsuit. This is the problem I have with this lawsuit. I don't know, and I'm not claiming that any of this is true, but one of the issues that I have with it is, and for those who don't know, there was an actor who just so happened to be a white male who was on the show, the President or the White House show that Tyler Perry created. And so he sued Tyler Perry for roughly, I think, $250 or over $200 million, citing sexual assault, sexual harassment, and so forth. And, one of the major issues that I have with this is I don't care what my man does in his private life, but I feel as an attorney, this is also a form of shaming him about his potential sexuality. Mm-hmm. Because to take a black man in his position and out him in such a way is almost, in some cases, a form of, I hate to say this, but blackmail, especially if it was consensual. And that is extremely problematic for me and offensive because my man's lifestyle is my man's lifestyle. And if he kind of let you know that he was interested and you played along with that, because if you didn't,
then that's different.
Right. But if you didn't, we wouldn't have multiple text messages. It would have ended with, hey, I like the way you look in your shirt. He's like, I find that, thank you. And my girlfriend Lisa's coming over in an hour and we finna do the dirty, right? That's like a nice way of saying, hey, I appreciate you, but I'm not interested, or I'm not that way, right? This guy evidently didn't put a stop to it because there were a string of text messages that went on between the two. And so to do that and then to find yourself using this information to extort money from this man and outing him, regardless of what the community says or what the African-American community says or the black community said, regardless of the jokes of him wearing dresses, that's still his business, right? That's not our business. If he made quality products or movies that you wanted to see, if you like the fact that he employed people of color, he was the first studio. If all of these things, they're not excuses for bad behavior, but I do think that he became a target based on that. Now everything has to play out in the court of law, and we'll see how it plays out unless they reach some kind of settlement. But I just really hate that for the LGBTQ community in villainizing this man in that fashion, because they've already been attacked enough with the kids in school, and it's hard enough. And I'm just going to equate, it's difficult enough being a black man walking in this country to have another negative stigma thrown on you, or a perceived negative stigma thrown on you, is just not cool. So, praying for everyone involved and their peace of mind, and their hope that they use either their faith or whatever they have to find some kind of center during this. And I hope everyone kind of works their way out of this so that we can get back to him making great movies at his production studio and things moving forward.
Yeah, and I would have to agree. I would have to agree fully. I don't know enough about the case. I literally saw text messages, and that was it. I didn't even know he was being sued. I just saw a picture of a text message. It didn't really look like anything was wrong in the text message that I saw.
Okay, yeah.
That I saw.
Some of the text messages like, hey.
Yeah, I literally just saw one where the guy was like, oh, yeah, you look nice. And he was like, I look nice? I'm a stud. Or something like that. And I was just like, oh, maybe this is just how they joke around or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know why I was on my feed. And so I just gave my sister back her phone, and I was just like, whatever. But, I really do hope that he's not being lied on. I hope that everything, I hope if it was consensual, whatever it was, I hope that comes to the light.
Well, it's the new, unfortunately, and my biggest is someone who does those type of cases, right? Representing women and individuals who've been sexually harassed or assaulted. I really hate to see these cases being used, weaponized to monetize a situation that was consensual.
Exactly.
And because it does such a disservice to those women and children and men in some instances who have been really harmed. And it is, perfect example, I think it was the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and his wife. She made those allegations that they were later dropped, but look, we still talking about it. We know about it. And every time that this man steps foot on a football field or goes anywhere, people who know about that story will be looking at him through that lens.
Exactly.
And so using this in such a fashion doesn't really move the initiative of everyone should be protected forward. It really hurts it, because now I am having to defend a victim against what has transpired. But at the same time, if you're not a victim and you're trying to monetize it, then, you get what you get.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out for the story. I'll start looking for it and just do some research on it so we can actually have a real conversation about it, because it does sound like an interesting topic. And I see it a lot. It's like very repetitive. Like you said, people are monetizing things that might not necessarily be true, or weaponizing things that might not necessarily be true to get money. And I don't like that, because it's like, it's other ways to get money. You don't have to lie. You don't have to ruin someone's career or their life, because that's what happens.
Man, that is, unfortunately, that's a tool as old as time, right? Like, I'm going to tell your significant other. I'm going to tell so-and-so. I'm going to tell the media. I'm going to do this. It's always something of that nature. People been threatening, tattletelling since elementary.
Literally.
Since elementary, they've been doing it. Just unfortunately, as an adult, it has so much graver consequences than just time out or a good verbal scolding. So saying that, shouts out to Tyler Perry and his family and what they're going through. And then also, hopefully, if the young man is telling the truth, I hope he is getting the assistance that he needs as well. But I still have a personal opinion in the sense that it is damaging to the LGBTQ community in a sense. And I think not since, I think it was Kevin Spacey, have we heard of such allegations in a story like this. But saying that, what do you got to ask an old man today? And ask an old dude.
How does it feel to be old?
Ask your mama. Ask your mama how it feel to be old. Don't come for me. Lobster claws.
That's why you're old.
See?
It's
Well, then you know. We got lobster claws. Is it Mr. Crab? Is it Miss Crab do this? Mr. Crab? To all my SpongeBob people. Yeah, Mr.
That is insane.
Krusty Krab. Krusty. All right.
So being older and successful, how do you maintain your success? Like, is that a good question, or do I need to expand?
No. I mean, look, I think my building blocks are this. Number one, I never built my success over anyone else. Like, I'm not pushing anyone else down to climb up. I don't compete against anyone else but myself. And the one mantra that I have and I use in my house all the time is, I just want to be a better me tomorrow than I was yesterday. That's all I want to do. Is if I'm continuing to grow and read and educate myself and take care of my body and do those things that are necessary, then that's part of it. Listening is part of it. Making sure that when people say something, that I actually listen to what they said, what I said earlier. Listen to what they said versus inputting what I want to hear. Because that's where a lot of us get in trouble. Being a person of your word. If you say you're going to do something, do it. I once told a young woman that I was going to try a case with her. We didn't talk about it. I had planned a vacation. She said, hey, it's going to trial. I literally canceled the first 2 days of my vacation because I gave my word. Did I like it? No. But at the same time, that young woman, because of that, I can't go anywhere and she not say, if he tell you, it's going to happen. Because he ain't going to say it unless it is. And for some of you, I know it sounds like Jesus when he said, I go to prepare a place for you. I would not tell you if it was not so. It's not the same thing, but it is kind of, in the sense that if I tell you something, man, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I told the dude when I was 8 years old, when I get big, I'm going to beat you up. When I saw him again, I was 12 years old, saw him at the basketball court. I put these hands on him. And so, because he was grown. But when I saw him and I got a little bigger, I put these hands on him. So I keep my word.
So you was getting bullied by an older man, then you grew up a couple years and you went to go and beat up this older man.
Saw him at the park. Saw him at the park playing basketball. Dropped my bike and ran straight to him.
Why you ain't hit him with the bike? You know what? Never mind.
Nah. Look, we were younger kids. To let y'all know the full story. We were younger kids, and we were doing what kids do. We're just playing by. We had from Houston, so we had these canals, and so we just throwing rocks in the canal. And so he came through there, walking, drinking, and he walked through, and he kind of like pushed us down and talked crazy to us as he was walking through. And so I was like, hey man, when I get big, I'm going to get with you. I'm little now. And so when I got bigger, 4 years later, Chris, legend in the neighborhood. It's like, boy, that boy Larry said he going to get you. He going to get you. So, yeah.
So I know what a canoe is. What is a canal? Is that like...
And we're going to end this episode right here. Next episode, we will talk about waterways, peninsulas, canals, things that we should have talked about in school. You know what? I need all your principals and teachers' names. We need to file a lawsuit against them right now.
You said we was gonna talk about the education system,
Yeah,
so we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about. I need names. I need years because we're about to sue. The fact that my little sister don't know what a canal is.
Okay, wait. Let me look it up. I might know what
No,
it is.
don't. No, let's not do that. So please, once again, subscribe, like, share, do all those things to help. And man, we need good comments to help my little sister out. So. Yes, and you can also post questions. If it's something or a topic that you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments. Let us know. We'll be willing to talk about it. And we have contests.
We do.
And so right now we are giving – did I tell you I interviewed the Punisher?
You did not.
Yes, from the P. Diddy trial. I interviewed the Punisher. And so good dude. We'll talk about that next time. But we'll have a promotion going on where we'll be giving away – copies of his book, so we'll be doing that. But please go to Taylor Made Conversations on YouTube and follow us on Instagram under Real Life Lawyer, as well as TikTok Real Life Lawyer. Thank you for joining us, and look forward.
And real quick,
Uh-oh.
if you want to know what a canal is, go ahead and comment. If you don't know what that is, so I'm not alone out here, go ahead and let us know in the comments that you don't know either.
Cricket.
Thank you.
Cricket.
Thank you.
Cricket. All by myself. You are all by yourself. Maybe your classmates. If
You know, not too much. Not too much.
Maybe your classmates might not know, but other than that, every other school system, they
No,
talk
because
about
a lot of people didn't grow up around water.
when we leave this office, when we finish this, I want you to walk out and look out that window right there. I want you to just look out the window.
That's a river. That's not a canal. Like,
Oh my God.
that's a river.
Oh my God. Cut. Thank you for joining us. Taylor Made Conversations. We are not an educational program, evidently. So.
I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.